Hello, my friends. Happy Tuesday. I'm sorry, I forgot to post a reminder today. I thought of it and then I got sidetracked. So hopefully you guys will find me for our usual time, Tuesdays at 2 p.m. So I hope you guys are doing well. I was trying to get my room cleaned up a little more than it is, but we're working on it. It's just been a slow morning. I had a rough night's sleep last night. I could not fall asleep. It wasn't even a rough night's sleep. Once I fell asleep, I was great, but I could not fall asleep. Do you guys have that? I should have just gotten up, honestly. I really should have, because I probably could have been pretty productive because I was wide awake and wasn't sleepy. So I was trying to force myself to sleep and should have just gotten up. But anyway, welcome in to our Tuesday Throwdown. If you're new here, my name is Jen Buck. I am the owner and designer at Craft What Matters. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for 20 years now. And every Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern, no, at 2 p.m. Eastern, we go live with some crafting. And most of the time, it's on the fly. Today is no different. So let's go ahead and switch this around so we can do some crafting. I'm actually going to do some crafting with the Waterside Retreat bundle and the matching pattern paper. And the reason why I'm using that this time is because I've decided, so the way the new catalogs are, we have catalogs for 4 months. And so this one goes from May to August, and then we'll have one from September to December, and then one January through April. And so I have my first in-person retreat in Newport, Rhode Island in February of 2027. We're a little over halfway sold out already, but I have decided, because we do pillow gifts and all sorts of fun little things around a theme, I've decided to use this Waterside Retreat stuff as my theme for the weekend, because it's in Newport, Rhode Island, so it's right next to the water. We're on the water, basically. Very close to the water, anyway. And so all the pillow gifts and stuff are going to use this product line for the packaging. So if you're new to my events, I very much enjoy doing little things to spoil you throughout the event. So I'm not going to ruin any big surprises, but this will be featured at the retreat. It won't be really what we're going to be creating for make and takes, because you do have make and takes as part of the weekend. My fear was that I wasn't going to be able to get the product in time to actually do all of the pillow gifts. So I make multiple pillow gifts times all of the people there. So it takes me some time to do the production. So that's part of it too, is I was like, I can use the summer to kind of get this stuff underway. And then come the new catalog, so the product that I'll be featuring in February for your make and takes will probably be the January through April product, which means that will give me time at the beginning of the year after the holidays, so I don't have to do all of this during the holidays, to be able to actually design some fun make and takes with the new product. So this will be the pillow gift and kind of the theme for the weekend. So if you haven't joined us yet, you can go to craftwhatmatters.com and check out Craftin' Destinations 2027. And like I said, this first one is going to be in Newport, Rhode Island. And I've got some really fun things planned for that, so I hope you will join us. But let's go ahead and make a project using this suite. And I'll actually show you some projects I made from my new catalog launch. And also, I'll show you the project that Nate did for my swap for Alaska. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, let's go ahead and flip this down. All right, so first things first, and I didn't bring all the things. I will say the trinkets that are part of this collection are actually not available right now. I do have them somewhere, but I'm not actually showing them. I'm just showing you the paper, the cardstock colors, and then the bundle, because that's all I'm going to use today. And my paper is kind of limited because I've used a lot of it, because like I said, Nate actually did my swap with this collection. So you can see there's some really cute patterns. You got seagulls, you got bicycles, you got these little buoys, shiplap. I got all these little pieces that Nate saved for me. You've got the cute little life vests, which I think would be fun to like fussy cut. This page here, you get the stripes, and then I'll show you on the back side of this. This page has a lot of like pre-designed stuff that you can cut apart and use as elements on a scrapbook page or on a card, and I'll show you a few cards with that. There's this cute little fish page, which I'll show you. Let me just actually take all these little tiny bits and get them out of the way. I'll show you in a second and get those out of the way. So you get this fun plaid. I think I have most of the patterns still. Just used a good bunch of it. This is a great little scrapbook page if you have a day at the beach. Scrapbook background, there's the bikes, and then the back side is the seagulls. You've got this fun flat water pattern, and the back side is some fish. And then we have that plaid one again, which I think we've already seen. Yeah, that's the seagulls. So some really fun patterns. And like I said, I actually had already cut apart some of that piece of paper that has all those bits and pieces. So let me show you some of the cards I did with those. So this one is kind of based off the swap that Nate did, but I kind of fancied it up a little bit. But I used the background here for the base. I actually stamped some seagulls there. I die cut the Adirondack chair, which I'll show you in a second. Used some Spotlight on Nature dies and did some stamping, some twine, some layering. So this was one that I used, basically started with one of these pieces of paper and just kind of built upon it. Hi, Linda. This one is kind of cute. This is the trinket that I was telling you that these are not available right now, but everything else in the suite is available right now. So you can see I stamped the chair this time and die cut it. And then we have the greenery and the little beach reeds and some banners for that one. And then this is another one that used kind of one of these pieces from the cut aparts. Very basic, very cute though. I think it came out fun. I just used a couple of different patterns, paired them together, did a cute little here's to a new chapter, and then tied some linen thread. This one I went a little bit different. I actually used vellum here as the front, and then inside I just covered the back so you couldn't see through that. Gave it a little more sturdiness to it as well. And then some pattern paper, and again, one of those pieces from the cut aparts and just a sentiment. So kind of paired everything together pretty simply, but that was the cards that I made. Hey, Liz, for the new catalog kickoff. Now, let me show you hi, Susan, what Nate did for the Alaska incentive trip. So when we do the incentive trip, there's always a swap. And so Nate designed 2 different cards. He was going to actually show you how to put it together, but then he realized he was taping it all together. So he was like, oh, I ruined it. He's like, I forgot there was an extra one for me to do a video, and he forgot. So I don't know, maybe he'll still try it later, but this was the first one. So you can see we kind of did a sun in the background, which is kind of fun. See? We did a little blending back there and did a little background, but it kind of got covered. So I kind of said, well, that's a lot of work. We would have had to like maybe make it higher. We contemplated doing that, which it's really kind of a fun technique, but it got lost on this card. So we ended up not doing that, but it's still kind of pretty. So that was option 1. And then the second one he did, which is the one we ended up going with. So you typically put, your information on a piece of paper so that other people can use the card for their own business. So this was one of the swap cards. And this one was kind of a fun fold. It has this scored piece that was actually an accident. He scored some other things wrong. So we actually just reused the piece and made it a little bit of a fun fold, but it doesn't actually this is glued down. So it just has the patterns, and then inside would be where you would stamp your sentiments. And then we used that Adirondack chair from the dies and some little bit of stamping. So it was pretty easy to do, but he did a great job. And I was very, very happy because he literally did it from start to finish. He pretty much designed it. I just kind of yayed or nayed things. And then he did everything but the stamping. I did this part, and that was it. He did everything else. He did all the die cutting. He did all the assembly. He did I did the label for the back too, but he actually put them all together. So I'm very lucky that he was very helpful, and he earned his keep in Alaska. So that was good. So let's go ahead and play with this a little bit. Oh, I didn't even show you the bundle. Let me show you that first. Yeah, he did a fantastic job. So I think we'll keep him. This is the bundle. So you've got the stamp set with the Adirondack chair, the cute little seagull standing and then one flying. You've got the beach grass, a book, a cup, and some sentiments that go along with it. So it's great for masculine, it's great for retirement, it's great for birthday, it's great for all sorts of things. And then this one, you have your die cuts. So you've got the ones that kind of cut out these pieces, like the stamped pieces, like the bird, the cup, the mug, the book rather, the beach grass, marsh grass, whatever you want to call those. There's names for these and I can't think of it. This is just kind of beach grass, but there's a name for these and I can't think of it at the moment. If one of you guys knows, feel free to pop it in the comments because I can't think right now. But you got all the pieces there. These little pieces here, those are your little arm. So we did a contrasting color vibe. So we actually had to die cut it out of both colors and then build them together, which was kind of fun. But somewhere I have some extras because of that, because we had all the extras from this. Actually, I think we swapped them, actually, now that I think about it. Some of them had this as the base color, and then some of them had crumb cake as the base color. And so we kind of mixed and matched them. Yeah, the two that I have here are both the pecan pie base, but we mix and match. So depending on which one you got a mix. And then in here we have the colors. Hi, Anne. Hi, Linda. We've got gray granite, misty moonlight, old olive, pecan pie, pool party, very vanilla. And I threw in white because there's also some white in some of these as well. It's not listed on the back, but there's definitely white in the paper as well, as you can see here. All right. So let's pick one of these colors and make a project out of it. I think what I love about this one is it's just so easy to work with. So what do I want to do? Do I want to do like a fun pattern for the background? Or so I thought about using that as a background. Or we could do the blue. Or this one's kind of fun. I like this as a background, but I also like these little things here. So that could go here, or it could go on the pool party. I think I might do this. Let's do this. We're going to start here. All right, so I'm going to cut this down to 5 1/4. Oops, that's scoring. And then I still have these that I can still play with. 5 4, because I might want to cut some fussy cuts and stuff at some point. I don't know if I'll do it today, but I like these two pieces here because you can fussy cut the buoys, you can fussy cut the vests or the lifesaver, so life preserver, but I don't know that I want to fussy cut today. We'll see. We'll see where the creativity takes me today. So I'm thinking I'll do that. Okay, and then I do have some pre-done. I was going to just do this because I have this, and I feel like you could put this here and be pretty quick and easy card. Maybe I'll do something with it at the end because it is pretty simple to put together. But let's do something a little more interesting. You could do that. I'm kind of being lazy a little bit and not wanting to do a lot of work, but I might. Let's see. What do we got for stamps? So we could stamp the chair again because that's pretty easy to do. Let me grab a piece of white. And hopefully my microphone is working again today. I've been trying to put it on because I feel like it gives a much better sound, especially with the traffic noise with the windows open. But it just gets too hot in here for me to not have the window open. All right, so let's take the chair for now, and then we'll stamp this. Actually, I'm wondering, maybe I want to stamp it in pecan pie instead of white. I think I'm going to do tone on tone with this. So let's do this with big block and pecan pie. All right, and then we're going to just ink this up. Okay, and let's stamp that like that. It looks so nice, right? So you could just kind of cut that square and put that onto the card. But I'm going to die cut it because I can. So let's take the coordinating die cut, and we will put that around here with the raised edges down. Whoops, I've got some paper stuck in there. Let's just poke that out. There we go. Raised edges down, and then we're going to put it on our die cutting machine. Typically I use my Stampin' Cut and Emboss, but because we're on camera and it's faster, I'm going to go ahead and use my electric die cutting machine. I have this one because when I'm cutting and prepping for card classes and things like that, it just makes it faster and kind of reduces the wear and tear on my arm. Oops. Oh, I think I moved it. Hold on. Speaking of card classes, if you're local, our monthly card class in Harwich is on Monday. So I'll be working on that design this week. Probably this weekend. I typically do that over the weekend. All right. So there's that. And now we're going to need to kind of ground it on something. I was kind of thinking this could work, right? That's kind of cute. Just to kind of give it a little something. And then maybe some twine again. Let me grab my twine. I think the linen thread goes really nicely with this suite. I need to get some more. I'm almost out. I'm thinking maybe we'll tie it right around here. Like that. Nate actually had rules when he did the swap that he wouldn't do any bows. If I wanted any ribbons or twine or anything like that, then I was going to have to do that myself. So I was like, all right, we'll pull all of that from it because I didn't have time. So he actually is still traumatized from the first incentive trip he went on with me. It was to Hawaii. It was the year we got married in Hawaii. And it was COVID actually as well, but we were able to sneak in that vacation somehow. It cost us a lot of money in tests and whatnot, but it was totally worth it. But me, being who I am, was designing the swap cards the night before or the day before we left. So I had cut everything and done most of the work the day before, but it still needed to be assembled. And so we were assembling in the hotel and coloring and doing all the things. And then they weren't quite finished when we got to go on the plane. So they were in a baggie. And I had this, it was like a turtle set, and it had a little tiny bird that I fussy cut and colored. And the bag opened in the security line, and all my birds fell out. And I didn't notice it until it had been open for a little bit. So now I had all these birds all the way through the security line. And I had to go back and like pick up all my birds and kind of be like, you know, trying not to be in anybody's face. Because of course it was COVID. So I'm trying to like run around the line and pick up all my birds. And it was a hot mess. So Nate was traumatized. He's like, I'm not going to be like hunting through the airport looking for birds. So we're going to get this done before we leave. And I'm like, okay, that's reasonable. I can get on board with that. So that is his mission every year, is to make sure that I don't leave it to the last minute and make him go on a crazy bird hunt in the middle of the airport. So it's a good thing. He keeps me on track. All right, so I think I'm going to pop this onto here, like so. I only put the dimensionals. Well, there's one that's there. So I'm thinking like this. I'm feeling like I want a little more pop of color behind it and something else to ground it, though. So, not that. Maybe this one would be good. This plaid thing here, because it kind of has the same vibe. So I'm going to do a little square or a little part of that here. So let's do like maybe, let's try 1.25 inches by 5.5. And then I might even pop the blue in there too. A little smaller perhaps, but let's just see how this looks. So we've got this. So that's going to kind of go here to here. Okay. All right. I like that. It's very earthy, but I feel like we need a little bit of pop. I'm not sure I like that tone with it, but where is this? I think would work back there. I'm going to just do a thin little strip. So maybe we'll do 3/4 of an inch. And then we'll take, I don't know, maybe I'm thinking like 4-ish. We'll do 4.5 or 4 3/4. I can always cut it down if it's not big enough or it's too big. I'm just thinking I'm going to just tuck it maybe right under there. Kind of like that. Just need a little pop of color there. Okay. This is going in a decent direction here. I was kind of, maybe I'll do it like that, and then I could stamp a sentiment here. But that means my dimensionals are in the wrong spot. But I kind of like that better because it also makes the chair sit straighter. So maybe we can put a little bit of a sentiment here. What have I got that's kind of small and works there? Dad, relax. Well, I might do the relax because it's a little bit more generic. You could do have a great birthday. Actually, that would work. I think I'll do that because I can always use a good guy birthday. So let's do that. I'm going to stamp with the pecan pie as well. All right, so we'll grab this. We'll grab our ink pad again. And I'm going to stamp this right about here. There we go. That works. And then this can get put on kind of like this, right? I think I need to put one more dimensional now. One more, I say. All right, so let's go ahead and attach this to the card anyway. So this is going to kind of tuck right in. Oops. Like that. Okay. Now, I think I'm pretty happy with what's here. So I'm going to just go ahead and take these down. Okay. Attach that. And then I'm going to just put a little bit of adhesive here. I'll use my grid paper to keep this straight. I just want a little bit showing, so I'm going to use this dotted line as my guide for that. Okay, that's a little more than I actually wanted to show, but it was fine. Okay. Now we'll stick this down like that. And I went over a little bit, so let's just trim that off. Okay. Then this can get put on with some dimensionals on this part too. Do I have any large dimensionals? I have these. I might have to add an extra dimensional to the minis just to kind of keep it evened out. Because this is going to be popped and then this is popped, but it's not actually touching. So if we do, let me take these off. So I'm just going to line them right up on top of the other one. It's just kind of a double duty. Okay. And now that should flatten that out. And take these off too. I kind of should have used the trinkets. Like I said, the trinkets aren't available right now. And I'm thinking it would have been kind of cute to tie that up top there. But that's okay. All right, so we got that. I feel like we need something else. Maybe one of the little birds. Do I want to fussy cut it out of something though? Instead of stamping? What do we got for birds? I might have to stamp it. Well, we got these, but those are flying ones. I'm thinking the standing one would be good. So maybe what I'll do is stamp him. I kind of want him to go this way though. So he's looking kind of towards the chair. Although we could put him over here. Well, let's stamp him this way. And if I knew where my... Oh, there it is. I can actually show you. So we'll show you the reverse technique too, in case we decide we want him the other way. I'm going to go ahead and grab... I don't want him to be brown. Let's do Pool Party. And I think... See, this is the part where it gets tricky because you want it to look realistic. But I also want to be able to do... I'm not going to remember how to do this. It's been a while. But let's grab one of these silicone mats, which are Stampin' Up! Product, and they help with mirror imaging. Let's try it with the blue. I might want to do maybe... I want to just see what he looks like. Let's try actually doing white. I'm trying to make it look the most realistic, so I might actually do some coloring instead. Let's go ahead and do it in black. This might help with the reverse imaging too. See, he's mostly black, so like when you stamp him, you know what I want to do? I'm going to do him in gray, because I think that's going to look most realistic, and I'll do it on the white. Alright, so let's do gray granite, which is one of the colors in the paper. They're kind of like gray and white, so I don't know why that didn't dawn on me sooner. And this will be dark enough to be able to do the reflection too. So we've got... There we go. Okay, I like that. Now, because I wanted one to go the other way, which I may not end up using him, we're going to actually stamp this guy. Now we'll have to fussy cut him because it won't work because when I change the direction, it won't work. So he's on my mat. You might not be able to see him, but hopefully, if all goes as planned, we'll put this down on top of where I stamped. Just kind of do a little rub on. You can even use your bone folder if you want, because you want it to kind of transfer. It'll be a little lighter than the original, and then it transfers it, and it's going the other direction. Can you see that? So that was the one I stamped, and then that's the one I just transferred. So that is a little trick if you want. So like I was kind of thinking I'd put them down here. This one I'll have to fussy cut because you'll see the die won't work with it anymore if I decide to do that route, because the die only goes in one direction and it goes with this direction, so it won't work on the other one. But let's cut him out this way and see if that works. If not, I now have that other one that I could fussy cut if I wanted. So I'm going to just put this on the die cutting machine. I can get it to be straight. There we go. Alright. So we fussy cut, or we didn't fussy cut, we die cut him. Let's see what we think of him on the chair. Oop. So I'm thinking we could kind of put him there, or we could kind of put him here. I don't know, I like him there better, but let's just see. I think position-wise, I might actually like him the other way. So I'm going to cut this really quick. And it's just kind of a design principle. I always try to keep any of my critters kind of looking into the design, not out. And I don't remember where I heard or saw that, but it just tends, like even on my scrapbook pages, like instead of have a bird looking off the page, I have it looking in typically. I even try to keep, like, when people are looking in different directions, like if they're looking to the right, then I'll keep it on the left. And if they're looking to the left, I keep them on the right. And if they're looking straight ahead, I try to keep them looking like in the center. So that would be a center photo. Unless it's a really bad one, then I might zoom in on it and make it a smaller element of the page. Just my little 2 cents in terms of design. This one's okay because he's kind of looking towards the sentiment. So I'm okay with that. I just feel like it's a little empty here. So in that case, that's more just filling the space a little bit better. I do like some white space, but I mean, you could use both, right? We could pop him up and put him here, and I think I like that better. But I actually don't mind having both of them there. So do we do just one like that, or do we keep both of them? What do you guys think? I feel like they need Wink Costello while you decide. I'm kind of liking both of them. So I'm just going to add a little bit of Wink Costello to them. Okay. I don't know if this is almost out. I need another one. You think one? What else we got? Anybody else have an opinion? Majority rules. There we go. Now it's kind of working better. All right. So we like one, so I'm going to put one on anyway. I'm going to actually pop him up, I think. So I'll use a little dimensional in the back. Both. Okay. We got both. So I'm going to go ahead and put him there. Hi, Scylla. All right, so we're going to add him here. And I kind of evened him out, so he'll be even with the chair. This one, I think I'm going to do that flat because this is already popped so much. I don't want to add more height. So we'll do this. And then I think the last step will just be to add a little bit of bling. So let's put that there. Cute. Not bad, right? All right, so let's just do a little bit of bling. And I don't have... We have the trinkets, of course, but I'm thinking... I don't even know. What do I got over here? I gotta go through my embellishments because I don't even know what's current anymore. I've just kind of been using what I want lately. Right? You guys probably have some that's from past things, so why not? I was thinking maybe this one. Maybe the white clear or something brown. I do have the streaked dots, but those I think are Cajun Craze. Oh, I could use Pool Party. Oh, I might use those. I think those are good. Or the antique pearls, actually, would be nice too. Oh, now I don't know. Do we do Pool Party or do we do the antique pearls? It's like choose your own adventure today, you guys. Tell me what to do. All right. I'm going to start cleaning up my mess here while you tell me. Should we do antique pearls with it? Or do we do the blue with it? Antique pearls gives it a little more classy vibe, I think. That gives it more whimsical, fun vibe. What do we think? I'll put these away. And wait for you guys to chime in. What do you think? Maybe while you're doing that, because this is so easy, let's just go ahead and do this too, because this is going to be a super easy card for me to do. We're going to trim this down a little bit. Pool Party. All right, looks like Pool Party is going to win it. I'm going to trim this to 4 by 5 1/4. And then we'll put it on, where's my this. And then we'll put this here. Or maybe I should put it on crumb cake. Hold on. Please hold. Oh, did I not? Oh, I don't have a crumb cake. Oh, we'll do gray then. Maybe. No. Do I not have crumb cake for this one? There's no crumb cake in it? Well, maybe I'll just do white then. Yeah, I like that better. All right, so we're going to do this. We're going to do this. We're going to pop this up. Let's finish this. Talk about ADD over here. Let me do this. You're all in agreement. It should be pool party. So we'll do this. So if you missed the beginning, again, if you're joining me in February for my first in-person retreat since pre-COVID, this collection is going to be my pillow gift giving collection. So these are what all the pillow gifts will be using. Was this fun little Waterside retreat. So I'm going to start production soon because it takes me a while to get through all the things. So typically we have at least 5 pillow gifts per person. So super fun. It all depends on what pillow gifts I get though and how expensive they are. But all right. So this collection's super fun, and because we were in Newport, I was like, you know what? Let's do a Waterside retreat kind of vibe. So that's going to be the theme for the weekend. And then the make and takes and stuff will be probably more springy, but it'll depend on what the new product is at that point. All right, I'm going to go ahead and just pop these up. I was going to try and put a little tiny dimensional down here, but all right, so let's put this here. You're getting 2 for 1 today, my friends, because I just can kind of envision this one pretty easily. Sitting on the dock of the bay, right? And I have these guys. So I think maybe up there. I don't know. What am I going to put on it? Where's my sentiments? I don't know if any of them fit on that. Today is your day. And happy Father's Day. So let's use today as your day. We'll do the pecan pie. Just trying to put together 2 quick cards because I have them out. Might as well, right? Using all the same supplies for the most part. Today is your day. I think I'm going to do this one. Oh, very crooked. Flip that over. Let's see if I can do that better. It's hard on white. There we go. That's better. White on white is tricky. Sometimes it's better if you stick like a piece of dark cardstock or something under there. So I'm thinking like that, and then maybe even a little lower, kind of like there. But we could take the twine. Let's do a floofy bow like this. I want it a little floppy because I'm going to put it under the sentiment. Maybe not that floppy. There we go. Kind of like that. And then we'll pop this up and put that there. So you could use a little glue dot, or you can be lazy like me. Just use your adhesive. Okay. Whoops, I probably should have taped that down. Then I'm going to use some dimensionals. I'll use a few because the ribbon might kind of get in the way. So we want to make sure it's fully secured to the cardstock. So we'll do this like that. I'm going to trim the ends just a little bit. Okay, this should probably have gotten taped down. I could have done a little layer underneath this too, but we're just doing a quick card, so I'm going to just leave it. Put this here. Let's add a little Wink of Stella to our chair. It's glistening in the sun. Okay. There we go. And this time, let's go ahead and do these guys. We'll mix it up a little. So this one, oh, I don't know why I'm using this. Let's do there. Where's my daycare pick tool? It works so much better. I don't know why I'm trying to use my scissors. There we go. There, looks good. Perfect. There you go. Speedy, speedy. What do you think? A or B? What do we like better? They're actually kind of both cute, right? I like them both. We got lots of options with this collection. It's really easy to work with. I'm loving it. Like I said, everything in the collection is still available except for the trinket dies, the little anchor dies that were on this one. They're back order, I think, till July. But such a fun collection to play with and so many ways to use it. I have not done, oh, actually, I did do a scrapbooking page with it too, but it's not here. It's over in the other side of the room. So I will spare you. There you go. You like A. Yeah, that one came out really cute. I like it. I like it. I like it. Thanks, guys, so much for watching and following along. I hope some of you will join me in February next year. As I'm getting ready, I'll share some of the sneak peeks of the pillow gifts. That's actually on my to-do list this week, is to start doing some shopping. So would love to have you join us. And if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I will see you again next week, Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern for another Tuesday Throwdown. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye for now.